This is on. Here we go. You are looking live. My name is Rob Helmick, and I trade with my pretty wife up there, Maria, for the last 2,100 days. We trade with AI. We trade 0dte's, about 40,000 of them per year. And crazy as it may sound, I gave AI $1 million, $1 million of my own money, real money, to trade every single day 0dte SPX. In the next minute, I'm going to go over exactly where AI is. I'm going to show you what it's been doing and how we've been keeping track of it. The idea here is that we are showing traders how you can make money using AI trading every single day in the SPX. I have two accounts that I show with real money. The first one is that $1 million account. The second one is a $30,000 account. Again, so you can follow along. Every Sunday night at 5:55 p.m., Maria and I are going to give you all of our trades for the $30,000 account for the whole week. We trade the same way every single day. Trump yes, Trump no, doesn't matter. CPI, BPI, SOP, whatever it is, earnings, we don't care. We trade every single day. We're going to give you all the $30,000 account trades, 6 to 8 of them every single week that AI recommends and suggests. And then we're going to give you, of the 150 or so that we trade today in the $1 million account, we're going to give you about 10 of them. And I'm giving that number smaller and smaller. I'm getting ready to do something. I want to do some one-on-one calls with some of you guys and find out exactly what you're doing and figure out how we can help you a little bit better. I am not satisfied with giving you fish. I want to teach you how to fish. And so I'm hoping that we're going to set up something where we can have some one-on-one Zoom calls and we can talk about what, how we could manipulate this channel to make it a little better so that we make leaders out of you rather than followers. I don't want you just following along. I want you to be developing your own style, your own trades, and, helping me at the same time. So that's the whole game. We look at, we look at a lot of haystacks every single week, and we're just look at this thing going down. We look at a bunch of different haystacks every single week. And so what we want to do is find the needles in the haystacks, and maybe you guys can find some more haystacks for us. Now, we run a chat room in this show every single day. Let's take a look who's in there. We have Bruce 2237. I think that's a new person. We've got Megan in there and Gil 8, again, new. Lewis, I recognize. And Lewis in there. We have a poll in there. You're going to make me at 1551. You see my little clock there at 1551. I'm going to sell a $600 put credit spread or a $600 call credit spread. It's going to be a 3-lot. And you're going to tell me exactly which one to do. Remember, we trade as robots. We know that we only win 60% of the time. 40% of the time are losing days. You can see by the red lights that today is a losing day, and what a day it is. We're going to get into that in just a second. I just wanted to say hello to everybody in the chat room, and let me have a little drink of my iced tea with apple cider vinegar. Oh, that hits the spot. 40 years, the same thing. All right, let's get into it. Not a pretty day, right? Not a pretty day. Let's take a look and see what's happening. This is where we are in the $1 million account today. We're down about 40 grand, I think, in this particular account today. And in the $30,000 account, we're down about 1,400. You guys do the math. You can see pretty clearly where we are. And this is where I'm going to be doing those trades later today. Okay. Now, if you want to see, this is where we are. You know what? Let me just, every single Sunday, I'm going to give you our trades, and we're going to go over exactly what it is that we do and how we do it. So here we are for today. This is the trades I showed on Sunday night. As I said, every single one of our trades is built by AI. We use an AI robot that I built called Phil for the SPX 0dte's. And Maria, she trades naked puts primarily, and she also does the wheel strategy. She is a trader who watches the markets every minute of every day. She's upstairs trading right now. She probably is going to show up in that chat room if you're not careful. And she has built her own robot called Vera that she talks to nonstop. And Vera and Maria trade, and she's a much better trader than me. Actually does a lot better percentage-wise and dollar-wise. But she and Vera, it's a full-time job. I don't care for that. We live on the beach in Daytona Beach shores, Florida, and I like to go surfing every day. I like to go swimming every day. Not today. We've had like a hurricane almost outside, but I don't want to be watching the charts all day and worried about earnings and all that kind of stuff, and then be up all night long trading the futures and scalping them. My 30-year-old son, Tyler, he also does that. He does the NQ futures, a lot of scalping on that. You'll hear him trading from time to time as we go. Everything I do is AI built. It's built by Phil. Okay. So let's talk about this. So all my trades are robot managed. That is to say, I use Options Omega. I back test over 7 million trades every single weekend. So I look at 7 million trades. And my theory is, there I am down in the corner. My theory is that if you find the best of those, the best 200 or so from the last 6 months, different types of trades, then you put those on this week. And although they may not be the best trades this week, they're probably going to be in the top 100,000 of those 7 million. And you're going to do pretty well if you just put those on. That's the theory, right? So since we've done 123 trading days, today's 124th, we've done 18,603 trades. Yeah, it's a lot of trades. I get that. But the way my background is, I'm a mathematician. I was an attorney. I started the first online sportsbook in the United States, and then sold that. And then I started the first online education company and got a couple billionaires to invest in it. And we took that company public and eventually sold it to Pearson Publishing in a private offering for about $477 million. And so the whole idea is I've been an educator and a mathematician all my life. And all I've done, I mean, I remember sitting at my grandpa's knee and learning that our telephone number was square root of 2. Okay, so this is the kind of insane geek that I am. Math is my second love after Maria and probably the poodle and Tyler. But other than that, it's math. I love math. So to me, this is just a gigantic math problem. It has nothing to do with investing. It has everything to do with just trying to beat the gal or guy on the other side of the trade. That's all it is. So as you can see, 123 trading days, and we've had a 599,000, didn't quite make to 600,000, $599,000 profit in 123 days on $1 million. So yes, that someone said, oh, your account went from $1 million to 600,000. No, it went from $1 million to $1,600,000. So that's what it is. And that's after fees, after commissions, after slippage. This is real money going into my real account in that particular account. So as I said, this is from the other days, we're making about $4,800 per day doing this. About 57% of the days are winning days. Today's not one of them. We've been profitable every month. Our max drawdown is 5.4%. Our Sharpe ratio is 3.28%. And if you compare that to what other organizations are getting, you find out that that is a pretty elite, pretty elite numbers there. Our longest losing streak was 5 days, as you can see, and 59% of the trades are up. So we expect 60% of these trades to be down. And, you know, we have a losing day like today. I just say that proves the system works, because 43% of the time we are going to have a losing day. This is how we calculate the KGAR. If you're interested, notice this chart. This is one I'm very proud of. I want you to see, and it's not the profit and loss that I'm proud of. It's the capture rate, 10%. So we've sold about 5.8. All we do is sell premium. We've sold about 5.8 million. And you can see it's a nice steady burn, right? It's a nice steady climb. In fact, if you look at the $30,000 account, which is up 16 grand, so 50% in 123 trading days, but you notice it's done 3,300 trades. Again, nice, steady up, not back and forth, not a gigantic M&M, nice, steady up. Yeah, we're going to be down today, but that's okay. We go up, we go down. Anyone remember that down day or that down day or that down, that down day or that down day? No, of course not. It seems like a big deal today. We're down 40 grand. But first of all, the day's not over. Second of all, it's an unusual day. Third of all, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. This is a math problem. And, you know, it's going to be down here tomorrow, and no one will remember it 3 days from now. 3 weeks from now, we won't even remember today. Okay? So that's just the way that's going to work. Here's our monthly P&L. Yeah, we didn't make much in January, but I'm proud to say it's been green every single month. And here's the weekly. And we had one day that was down 65,000 because of a tweet with the Department of Energy kid. I'll talk about that some other time. But here's another chart. The blue line is the balance of the account, and then the bottom is the weekly. You can see kind of where it's up and down. And then here are the actual trades that I gave you on Sunday night for the $30,000 account. You can slow this down. You can back it up. The first token there, 225, that means the premium in the short leg and the short put and the short call, each 225 each. M means multiple entry iron condor. 95 means 95% stop loss. 50 means 50 wing width. And 0 means 100% profit target. So here they are for of the 200 or 120 or so, 150 trades that we put on today for the big account. These are just some arbitrary ones I picked out by time. And here's some P&L. I think the 12 o'clock one is the most profitable one. So, okay, that is who we are and what we do. So let's get back to it. That's kind of a fun number. Where are we in real time? So it looks like we're down 40 grand, something like that, right around 40 grand in the big account. And in the small account, we're down somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,400, something like that. Again, we're going to have down days 60% of the time. What was it? 60% of the trades are going to be down. 43% of the days are down. 40% of the trades are down. So I always highly recommend that you engage a trading partner, spouse, wife, friend. The best one is your spouse or partner, right? Because you don't want to be that guy. We've all heard that story, that guy who started trading or gambling, whatever it might be. But trading especially is what is worrisome to me, and loses the family fortune and then has to go tell his wife. And that's, you don't want to be in that situation. Number one, it's important for your relationship to be honest. Number two, it's important for her to have a vested interest and understand not to panic on a down day like today. We don't panic because we understand, 43% of the time we're going to be down. Oh, I get it. Of course. Maria's she doesn't even worry about my account, right? She's more worried about her account. But, if you don't have a real system, if you don't trust yourself, if you do not feel like you're in control, then you might want to take a look at doing what I'm doing here. If you feel like you're forcing trades maybe, or you're entering too early, you're entering too late, or you kind of get emotional about it, I want you to think about becoming a robot. You can't spell robot without R-O-B. That's my name, Rob Helmick. So you can't spell robot without R-O-B. I want you to be a robot. Having said that, at 5:51, you can expect me to go crazy, okay? That's what happens. So, all right, let's go and take a look at where we are with this. Where are we with this chat? Just so that I can see. We are at 62% on the call credit spread. All right. So hello, Rob and Maria. Did I get any crazy Ivans? Yes, let's go ahead and take a look. This is my personal account here in Tasty Trade. And this is the SPX. And it's just showing the ones that are left. Just, I didn't make 18,000. Clearly, that's not the case. So here are the crazy Ivans I put on. The crazy Ivan is a trade that Maria invented. And let's take a time check. It's at it's 3:37. At 3:48, I'm going to stop the poll. At 3:48, I'm going to stop the poll. So be sure and get your vote in by then. And what we got, 24 votes so far, and we've got 54 people in the chat. So I know we can get some more votes here in just a few minutes. So what I do here is I like to put these on at 45 to 60 days at 12 delta. I take them off at 25% profit. And there's a couple guys in the chat room. I think Ben is the one that loves to tell me, hey, 60% is more than 25%. Yes, it's because I'm greedy. And right now with Trump going on, I think that there's a big upside coming. I just don't know when it is. And I'm all right to let these ride. I never use more than 30% of my buying power. In this account, I got $2 or $3 million. And so what I do here is I think I can go 65 of these things. Each one takes about 15,000 in buying power. If you want to just take a look, I did put a couple on today when it was down 300. And so what I would do is I would go out here 52 days, as you can see, and I would scroll up to, let me see if I can do it right on the screen here. I can't see it because of these lights. So I go up to about 12. Oh, there it is. This is the one I put on today. I put this on 12 delta. It's right at 11 delta right now. And say if I wanted to add another one to it, it's going to be 13,000 in buying power. It's going to get a $3,700 credit. And so I never, if they're offering me $188 credit, I probably would ask for 195, maybe 204, and put that on there. And we call it Crazy Ivan because we say, look, if you guys are scared enough to buy a put and you're crazy enough to pay me for selling a put, remember, we're premium sellers, and that's always to our advantage because we don't sell out of fear. We've got the money that we're willing to sell the insurance to them. and they're in a panic mode for whatever reason it might be. They're overextended, whatever. We're only using 30% of our buying power, so we've got nothing to worry about. The market could go down 3,000 points. They could triple my buying power requirement. I'm still more than happy because I've only used 30% or less. So here's where I'd be, and I might put this in for, say, 204, right? And I always put in another 50 cents for the dog, and boom, and I could go ahead and put that on. Doink, there it is. And so that's a real trade, right? That's a real trade, a real offer out there. And you can see I am going to, what do we get? Earlier today, I sold for one for 196, and then I sold one. So I put it on 1051. I also put a Crazy Ivan out there for 206 and 226. And about 9 minutes later, the 206 got taken. So they paid me 206. And then the 220 never got taken. Now I'm asking 204, and they're only offering 188. So I'm going to cancel that order. You know what I'm going to do? Just in case during this show, there's some, war thing or whatever, it goes to war or whatever. Let's go ahead and put in a 235. And I'm not going to make it good to cancel. I'm going to make this so that it's just for the day. That means it's going to stop at 5 p.m. Futures options trade until 5 p.m. They actually trade till 4:59, 4:59 and 59 seconds. So we'll go ahead and change that out there. So here's where we are on that trade. So if they want to come and give me 235, I'll take it. It's crazy. That would be crazy. That's what we call a Crazy Ivan. So let's take a look at the SPX and see where we are. So these are the actual trades that I've got on, that I've got left. It's been brutal. We're down 40,000. So I'm guessing there's not too many. Well, there's a bunch of puts on there that are still out there. And just to double check to see if I could get any money back. No, it can't get any money back there. And so you can see I've got 9, 4, 4, 4, 5, 7, 13, 9, 4, 9, 4. And each one of those is around $300 or so. And then I've got, look at that, only 4 left on this side. And I wish I could get some of these out of here for, to a nickel. Let's see if I can't get a nickel on some of these. I'll send an order out there and see if I can get a nickel for these. I probably should have done that earlier. I like to sell the longs, and you just double check and make sure that this number here is green, which it is, and we'll just put that order on. It's a trading show. Let's trade. All right. So let's see. Are there any other questions in the chat room? Let's go, Rob. Happy trading day. Did you bet the money line dog last night in UConn-Michigan game? I don't bet sports anymore. I made a lot of money getting kicked out of every casino in Vegas for counting cards primarily. Counting cards is not illegal. All I did, I used to say I was a mathematician. I was not a gambler, okay? I was a mathematician in a casino. And what I did is I just looked for an advantage, for an expected value that was positive. And because I could go in there and play $5,000 a hand blackjack, I could ask for, splitting aces 4 times, doubling down anytime I wanted. I made the dealer stand on soft 17. I got a set of rules, which gave me about half a unit per hour advantage. So if I'm betting $5,000 a hand and I can do, say, 100 hands an hour, then I'm going to make about $2,500 an hour. And the head of Caesar's Palace used to always tell me, Rob, we don't care if you win or lose, as long as you lose. And we don't like you because you're a sharp, because you understand the odds, you know the rules, and you've got a lot of money, and you've got a robot type personality where you can just stick to the numbers. It doesn't matter to me. If I lost blackjack 20 hands in a row, it did not matter to me, because I know that over time I'm going to win. And guess what? The same thing happens. Boom, tasty trade. The exact same thing happens. I know that if we trade enough, right? If we trade enough times, we trade 18,000 times, we are going to win. Are we going to have $40,000 losing days? Sure we are. Of course we are. That's okay with me. I get it. We're going to have $40,000 losing days. That's okay. That's part of it. In matter of fact, that proves that the system is right. Okay, 15:43. We don't have much time. We got a little bit of time. All right. Let's go. Happy trading. Red day or not. Keep it up, right? Happy. Hello. Hi, Maria. It's a lovely curve. Yeah. Let's go, Rob, Maria, Tyler, and Barbie. Okay. Hopefully tonight, if market takes a hit, we're going to sell those Crazy Ivans. That is right. That is absolutely right. Oh, who is that? Maria. That's Maria RSW. Oh, yeah, that is Maria. Oh, look, it's got her picture on there. That's pretty cool. World War Gates says hello. Malachi says hi to Maria, not to me, of course. Brad Fouch says hello. Rob, what Crazy Ivan prices do you typically get for the tail end of your fills on Crazy Ivan days? 262. It really varies, but yeah, Maria gets 300 or 400. Now remember, in fairness to Maria, let's do full disclosure. We got 4 more minutes. Okay, so we're gonna have to go quick, but let me, in full disclosure, Maria gets upset because, not upset, but she likes me to explain how she does it. She only goes out. She is a gambler. You want to talk about a gambler? Maria only goes out 23 days, and she's going to go around 18 delta. Look at this stuff that she's got on. That's one of mine. Those are my older ones. She's going to go out 18 delta, and she always asks for a lot of money. She's going to ask for 240. What she figures is if it goes her way, and she wants 50% profit, not 25%. She says if it goes her way, she'll get out in 7 or 8 days, right? If it goes away, she'll make a fortune 25% because there's so few days left. Okay, first of all, let's start over, okay? Because I did this all wrong. I didn't show you what she does. So she goes to the NQs, and she's going to go out here to not 52 days like me. She might go to 23 days. And she also, like I do, likes to stay at the zeros, the 25. Actually, that's not true. Sometimes she does hundreds. But I like to go the 500s, the 750s, and the thousands. And the 250s, because you get a little bit more trades in there, and so it's a little bit narrower spread. So, but she's going to go, let's say 18 delta right here at the 500 mark, and she's going to ask for this one's screwy. Look at these thieves. Look at these thieves. The spread they've got right now. What's going on with the market? Market's come up. We were down 420. Now we're down 50 in the Qs. So this market is coming up. I'm sure. Well, I can't get called out on the call side anymore. I only got 4 left. So normally this spread is like 4 or 5. Look at this. Right now it's quite a bit. So she might ask for 227 on this one. And she's going to close that if it comes out 50%, which is going to probably do in 7 or 8 days on average. And she says if it goes against her, then she'll just roll it out, right? And she will roll it out to another 25 days. And guess what? That's where I am. So she says, well, yeah, I'm going to go out to where you are already, but I got a chance to get in and out and win right from the get-go, whereas you got to wait, and you're not going to make nearly as much money because when I'm going in for, say, 190, 200, right? I mean, if you take a look at mine, let's look at the last 14 days, right? And you can see what was I selling them for? Here I was buying them back to close. Here I was selling them to open for 220, 230, 240, 220, 235. And then I'm buying them back for 155, 107, 142. Then I'm selling them for 206 and 235. So now Maria's going to sell them for a lot more. She's going to sell them for a lot more. She's not going to pay as much to get them back, and she's going to make a lot more. That's why she's smart. She makes a lot more money. I don't have that risk, and she has to be up in the middle of the night. She also, though, will roll it when it's within 500 points. I wait till it's within 250 points before I roll it down and out. I do not like to roll it if I don't have to. I just don't. So that's the game here. All right, what's the time check on this? Somebody give me a time check here. On the poll is 2:47. We are just about ready to shut this bad boy down. You got 5 seconds. You want to vote? Now's your chance. All in. All in. Anybody else want to tell me what to do? We're down 40 grand today. We need to make at least $600 back. All in. 9 seconds. I'll wait till 42. That's my favorite number. Tyler, my 30-year-old son, since he was 9, I raised him and taught him math and gambling and trading. Now he's a much better trader than me as well. He scalps the NQs all day long. Not all day. And he does a lot of those meme stocks and stocks that you never heard of and does extremely well. He's really tied into the internet community of traders, and there's a lot of them in his age group. At any rate, he'd ask me questions. I'd always say the answer was 42. Little did I know the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I hear her up there yelling at me for telling these old stories. There it is. And that is the end of the poll. And the poll says we're going to do a call credit spread. All right, let's go. Here we go. Now, we're going to go over here to a call credit. I hear Marie yelling at me up there. All right, let's get into the SPX, right? This is where we want to be. Look at this bad boy going up, up, uppity up. And I like to have this nice and big so we can see what's going on. Boom-pity bump, bump. And let's go over to Tasty. Here we go. There's Tasty Trade. All right, so let's get all the drawings out of here. And those are gone. So, all right. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be market on close information is going to be given out at 1550, right? And then all these young traders are going to come in here and they think they know what's going on, which they test. There it is. I have no idea why that sound does that to us. Something blinked while we were gone. The 6610s, we got punched out. Is that right? Yeah, we lost. It looks like when it went right there, it must have got punched out. I'm surprised that happened. 6610s. Yeah, we lost. All right, so somebody do the math. Well, that was quick. That was about according to Hoyle, huh? All right, so we got 3 times $195, not quite $600, and then we had to pay 3 times $377. So whatever we lost there, that was not pretty. Doggone it. That's too bad. That's too doggone bad. And worst of all, it happened while the sound was off. I still can't figure out that sound situation. I'm gonna have to get Tyler in here to figure that out. It should not be doing that, and I thought I had that situation resolved, and I clearly do not. I'm going to take a quick look-see. Oh, you know what? I see what happened. I do see what happened. I might have made a little boo-boo there. I think I see what that problem is. All right, so we might be able to fix that. All right, so here we are. At any rate, we'll follow this on in. Let's take a look and see where we are in real. Look at this mess. Of course, now it's going to be, nice and tasty and easy. So let's see where we are. This is the trade that we actually did. And looks like we are down 40 grand, 39 grand. Is that what it is? Something like that. It looks like we're down about 40 grand today. It's going to be rough. it's going to be rough. It happens. It absolutely happens. Let's see what I got in the chat room. I lost the sound. Yeah, sound. He's all excited to get close. Okay, Monkey See, Monkey Do is in there. And I see that, let's see here, Capri and Megan and Brad and Maria's in there. No sound, working on it. Dang, back sound is back. What a loser day. Yeah, no kidding. What is the delta on the spread? What was the delta on that spread? That is a good question. It's probably changed by now, obviously, but let's just see here. The delta on that spread, what was it, 66.10? So it looks like 75. Well, 75 now. Is it 75 now? So it's pretty high. It's ridiculously high, actually. No, it was on the call side. It was on the call side. So it was 25. It's 25 now, but now it's down to only, look at that. It's only down to $2. Doggone it. We would have been in clover. Anybody want to go again? No, we never go back again. Don't even think about it. So look, and here's where we are. What was it? 66.10? That's what it was. And I can't believe we got punched out so quick, because now it's over 66.10 and it's still, well, we got punched out. It was $3.77. I'm surprised that it went to $3.77. It must have just been a quick spike there, and because so fast. It could also be that there was no market, for just a sec, or a very, very light market, but we would have been near the front of the line on that one, at least as a retail trader. We would have been taking the front of the line, but that's a bummer. That's a bummer. So, all right, any more questions on this? Good day today. Game over. Yeah, that's right. Your stop was too close. No, our stop on those is, let's take a look. If you want, we can take a look and see what it is that we do. Here is the actual trade that we put on. And you can see that this was $1.80 and we put it on at 351. And I don't know if you can see the stop loss or not. Let me bring it over here so you can see. A lot of people like to see how I do my trades. Well, here you go. And so let's see here. Can you see it? If I bring it over like this, I don't think you can. But the idea is, you can see the stop loss was at 90%. Maybe I should use one that's at 95, give it a little more room to go, a little more fun. I can do, maybe tomorrow I'll do a 150%. So we take a little bit more risk, but seems like we got punched out. I mean, on this one, what would have happened? We would have been, now it's at 205. So, I keep forgetting. Here's what would have happened. So right now it's paying at 285. Must have just been one spike. You can go ahead and view the options in a chart. Look at this. Here it is. That was at earlier today. So when we traded this, it went to 284. Look at that. 337 it spiked up here. Oh no, that's not us. Here's us right here. It spiked up to $3.78. I don't know if you can see that. But if you're ever interested in how a particular trade gets traded, you can just go and look at it in a chart. Just click on it and view option in a chart, and it'll show you that option. You can see the shadow tells you what the option was, and what we put it on at what did we get punched out at? Here it was 310. Here it went up to $3.83. Where did we get punched out? We got out at 377, so we didn't get the full 383, but it was probably on the way up there. And our punch out would have been $1.95 times 1.9. So let's see what that is. If you take, let me clear my calculator, 1.95 times 1.9 equals, so our stop loss was 371. All right. So 371, and we got a 6 cent slippage, and that's about normal. That's why I like trading Tasty Trade. So, and Schwab both. I like them both. All right, well, you can see all these are going to zero, which is kind of nice, but unfortunately, there's not enough of them to make up for Daddy's big loss today. So we're going to lose whatever this number is, 40 grand. Hey, look at that, less than 40 grand. What do you know? How about that? All right, any other, never look back at the table when you walk away. That's right, bummer, up thrust. Let's see, good day, Rob. What a loser day. What's the delta on the spread? We already talked about. Do not understand, stopped out. Your stop loss was too close. Yeah, it looks like it was today, right? But over time, we know, first of all, we know that this trade is not a good trade, right? It's not in the top is not in the top 200 trades. It's not one that we're putting on this week. So we know it's a bad trade. It doesn't mean that it's not a profitable trade. It's just mean of all the trade options that are out there, it's not in the top 200, right? And so don't get fixated on this. You know, the one thing we want to always come back to is my favorite chart and say, okay, yeah, this was not so good today. I get it. You know, it was not so good today. So it's going to be down a little bit, but that's okay. Look, we've had a nice run up. We're going to have a little bit of a run down today, and that's just how it's going to go. All right, so we're just about out of time. We're coming down to the end. Ding, ding, ding goes the trolley. Thank you very much for trading with us today. Tomorrow, I promise you, we'll do a bigger stop loss on these things. We were up 5,600. Yesterday, we lost 633, so I think we're up 499 minus. What did we lose today? Anybody calculate what we lost today? I'll take a look at it. Here are the numbers. If somebody wants to figure out what we lost today, I have no idea what the number is. You have ever tried to use JEX level? I have not used the JEX. I've seen a lot about it. I don't know that much about it. So if you guys understand it better than I do, I would love to know about it. So anybody can give me the numbers here for today, and we can figure out what we lost. I'm going to say it's around 40 grand. And in the small account, it's around 1,200-ish, something like that. Look at that, 39,725 in the big account. And somebody's going to calculate this, I'm sure, for the small account. And then I got to calculate. Somebody's got to calculate for me for what we lose. I can look at options, Megan, and it'll tell me what we lost for the other one. Thank you very much. Maria says, have a good night. I have got to get out of here because we are having sausage and peppers. And my friend, if you're married to an Italian woman and she's serving sausage and peppers, you want to be on time. That's all I can tell you. I will just leave it at that. Thank you very much. We had a great day. We're going to go get them again tomorrow. Let's hope for peace, but let's go get them again tomorrow. And I will be out of here. Have a good night. 1308 was the loss in the small account. 1308. That's a rough night for the small ones. So we are going to be out in, I got to do it with the other hand. I got to do it in 3, 2, 1. And we are out. See you tomorrow, 325.